everyone, so looks like the first review for this highly anticipated movie Kung Fu Panda 4 looks like it is out on Rotten Tomatoes score. When I look at this number, wow, it's surprisingly quite low. Same time, it's not bad by any mean. And also for the first box office prediction for Kung Fu Panda 4 looks like it is looking good for DreamWorks Animation, although this movie's budget is not as high as last movie's budget, so that is quite interesting. Honestly, personally, I couldn't believe when I saw that this movie's budget is only $87 million, and because the last movie even cost 130 million. So interesting how they kept this movie's budget so low. That being said, looks like Kung Fu Panda 4 as of now sitting 79% on Rotten Tomatoes score, which is like, but unfortunately though, still this movie's Rotten Tomatoes score is lower than other Kung Fu Panda movies. So that's, I guess, a little bit bad news, but still I think getting this number is not bad for this movie. That means that looks like this movie's box office though is not hurting by this movie's Rotten Tomatoes score, because it's not, end of the day, it's not rotten. And looks like Kung Fu Panda 4, this movie is expected to open $50+ million at the domestic market. That number is quite impressive, and looks like this is going to be the second highest grossing domestic opening for the franchise. Especially the first movie opened in 2008, $60 million. Oh, wow. Back then, that movie opened so high. 60 million is a lot if you compare it today in 2024. Wow. Although I don't think this movie will be like a flop by any mean. That being said, I always loved all Kung Fu Panda movies. Especially the first movie is such a classic. I really love rewatching the first Kung Fu Panda movie. So what I hear from the review, this movie though is not bad by any mean. It's just this movie, it is, a lot of people said is like, it's very, they felt like it's very unnecessary movie, because the last, like basically the Kung Fu Panda trilogy, it was wrapped up such an, I guess it didn't wrapped up, I suppose, but it was done such a good way, especially the original cast, none of them were back in this movie. As I said, based on the budget, I think you understand why they're not back. This movie's budget is so low, so I understand they couldn't probably afford all the original cast. Especially, I feel like this movie's casting choice, Aquafina, a lot of people did not like, honestly, Aquafina's voice. That is what I heard. Some of these review people, they're saying she's not, like, they cannot unheard her because she has done recently other voice work in other movie. So I don't know why they chose Aquafina. Very odd choice. Especially she has very Pacific voice every time she talks. Especially her last voice work in The Little Mermaid, it wasn't very well received. So I think personally, yeah, they made a mistake casting Aquafina, because a lot of people are complaining her voice work. But however, everybody is praising Jack Black, his work in this. So you know what, I always loved his work in a Kung Fu Panda movie, so I'm personally really excited to see this movie. Although it looks like this movie still is getting a quite fresh review on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not getting as, I guess, high review as the last movies, but still is getting good reviews. So I'm gonna check this out. As I was saying, I'm a huge fan of this franchise, so I personally can't wait to see this. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this box office prediction for this movie?